Hey you, I'm talking to you. Yeah, come closer. I'm talking to you. Stop the on any cycle of procrastination and excuses. Quit the doubting and the disbelief. Stop thinking about what people will say about you. Just smash the record button and start your YouTube channel today. Hello, what's up everybody? You're welcome back to my channel. My name is Gordon Patrick. For those of you who are new, my channel talks about financial growth, self-growth, YouTube growth, and life hack. On today's video, I'll be talking about how to start a YouTube channel, how to start a successful YouTube channel. I know a whole lot of people actually have the mind of starting a YouTube channel, but for one reason or other, you've actually been pegged behind. And this video comes handy because the new year is just around the corner. People will be having a whole lot of New Year resolutions, and YouTube, starting a YouTube channel might just be one of them. So if you are those, or if you are interested, then let's swipe right in. So before you start up a YouTube channel, there are tricks and tips you need to know before you hit the record button. You don't just want to dive into an environment, into a terrain you have no primary knowledge about. So if you're starting a YouTube channel, the first thing you should be thinking of is having a niche. Niche is simply what your channel will be all about, what you intend to be talking in your video. Do you want to do vlogging? Is it tutorial videos, commentary videos, stand-up comedy? Is it educative video or whatsoever? You need to have this particular thing at the back of your mind. But one most important thing I want to talk about having a niche is that you must not put the pressure on yourself to have a particular niche. The reason I'm saying this thing, because starting a YouTube channel, you do not know your audience. YouTube is not all about you, it's all about your audience. Because by and large, your success on YouTube is solely dependent on your audience. So if you're starting a YouTube channel that you have no knowledge about, you don't know what the audience wants, and you just delve into putting your interest and all that, you might not succeed. So it's better you try your hands on one or two or three niches. Do not narrow your interest on a particular niche, because you might end up realizing that this niche is not what your audience wants. So focusing on your audience, targeting your audience will make your niche, or you make your niche come easy. Your niche will find you when you focus on a particular audience. So you just have to be, if you really want to be successful on YouTube, you have to take YouTube, you have to treat YouTube like a business. You have to be intentional about YouTube. YouTube is not all about you, it is all about they or them out there. So you just have to have a niche. Having a niche now, you have to come up with video ideas. The most easiest way to come up with video ideas is to go on YouTube and type video ideas, YouTube video ideas. You will come up with 30 or 40 or 50. You write them down. You want to make them as physical as possible. Don't put it in your head, don't put it anywhere. Write them down so that each and every day you could look at them and know what you want to say. The next tip on how to start a successful YouTube channel is you have to create searchable contents. Do not go start vlogging, telling people about your life or how you spent your vacation and all that. Nobody cares about your life. Maybe your family cares, maybe your friends cares, but the internet doesn't care about you. And since you don't have an audience yet, so venturing into vlogging and all that might just be a total waste. So you just want to be intentional about this whole thing, because YouTube is an intentional area. People are searching for values. People are actually searching for what could actually give them values. So if you go on YouTube, you should be creating content which are searchable, content which people are searching on Google, people are searching on YouTube, people are searching in different areas. So that's what you have to do. You have to create content which are not me focused, but content which are they focus, because that's just what YouTube is all about. Just maybe when you've had a whole lot of audience, when people know about you, then you could start tell them about your life. Treat YouTube like a business, and it's going to treat you like a business as well. The third tip on how to start a successful YouTube channel is to care about SEO. This would probably be the most juicy tips for those who are planning to start up a YouTube channel. You just have to create contents that are searchable, that when someone clicks your own video will pop up. SEO is simply search engine optimization. When we are talking about SEO, we are talking about those things you add in your titles, what you add in your description. Not only about these two, it goes further to what you say in your videos, because most times YouTube transcribe your videos. So you want to make sure that whatever thing you are saying on your videos has some level of relationship with what you put on your tag, with what you put on your titles, with what you put in your description box. So you have to be intentional about this thing. So how do you come up with searchable content? There are two ways. The first way is to go to Google or is to go on YouTube, click on the search bar. Maybe you could type the first two words you want to create the video on the titles. So another pop-up will come on. So from there, you will know your options. But the second one that could be the easiest way, the topic you are trying to discuss on YouTube, there are so many persons who have done those topics. You could just go there, you search for them. I'm not saying you should copy and paste their topics. I'm just saying they copy and paste their titles. What I'm saying is that you could check it, let it be as your guide, then you can tweak things a little bit. So if you make SEO your friend, then definitely your videos will pop up in any areas where people are searching. If you want to start a successful YouTube channel, then this next point is something you must not ignore. You have to concentrate on your thumbnail. Though it might look a little bit infinitesimal, but it actually carries a whole lot of importance. You are making sure that your thumbnail is eye-catching, your thumbnail is compelling. Even if you want to go on a clickbait, if you're doing clickbaiting, you want to make sure that you will deliver. Don't do a clickbaiting that once an audience click on it, the person will be disappointed. That's not what you want your audience to have. So there are three tips that guide a thumbnail. The first tip is all about you want to make sure that even if somebody is standing from a distance, the person will definitely see your thumbnail, because these days most videos are watched on phones and they could actually be small. So you really want to make it very bold so that even if somebody is standing from a distance, the person will see it. The next rule about it is to be consistent in your branding. Consistent in your branding, in as much as thumbnail is concerned, is where you place your text, where your pictures are, where the direction of whatsoever you have on the thumbnail is, so that when somebody sees this, the person know that this is actually your video. You want to make sure that people identify with a particular brand through your thumbnail. Why the last rule about thumbnails, you have to make it short and simple and sweet. You don't want to make your thumbnail to be all over the place. Put it short. Do not put the whole textbook or the whole description on your thumbnail. So thumbnails, in as much as you want to be successful as a YouTuber and as a new YouTuber, it is very important. It's something you don't want to ignore. Trust me. The next point on how to start up a successful YouTube is to be consistent. Consistency is key. YouTube algorithm favors consistency. Let's say, for example, you have a business, you're working a 5 to 9 job. If you don't show up at work regularly, if you don't show up at work consistently on your business, do you think your bosses will pay you, or do you think you will make profit? So the YouTube platform is a business platform. It's an intentional platform. I've actually said this thing before. It's an intentional platform. Unless you are just catching fun with YouTube or you're seeing YouTube as a hobby, you don't want to earn from it. But in as much as you want to make YouTube a career, you want to earn from YouTube, you want to go into YouTube as your full-time job, then consistency is key. You have to come up with a realistic plan based on your schedule. Is it once a week? That's fine. Twice a week? Fantastic. Twice a week? It is wonderful. But you just have to be consistent on YouTube. You have to show up. You have to give your audience a date in their head that they will always run back to YouTube to watch or to search for you on a particular date. You get? So the reason why I say you have to set a realistic goal for yourself so that you don't burn out. If you are working a 5 to 9 job, you might necessarily will not have time. So set up a realistic goal so that you don't burn out. You get? So the other thing about consistency is not just consistency, it's quality against quantity. What kind of videos are you putting out there? Are you consistent based on quality, or are you consistent based on quantity? So consistency based on quality is actually what you should be looking at. The next tip on how to start a successful YouTube channel is to just start. I know there are a whole lot of reasons that could be pegging somebody back. You have an idea, you have everything, you know you could speak, you know your voice, you know your confidence and all that, but you are scared about a whole lot of things. You are scared about what people will say. Listen to me. It's better to trust the strangers than trusting your friends or your family. Most of your friends and your family might not support you when you start up a friend, but once they see that people are supporting you, once they see that you're becoming successful, then that's when they will start supporting you. So strangers will be the first people that will support you. And do not think YouTube is a saturated environment. YouTube has over billions of viewers each day, and do not feel like the topic you want to discuss about people have already said about them. Listen to me, there are people that have not actually heard what those people have said. There are people that are looking for different ways of saying something. You can give them different perspective about something, different ways about something, different angles to it. So success on YouTube is not based whether you're a new YouTuber or you're an old YouTuber and all that. YouTube is a massive platform. YouTube is the world's second largest search engine after Google. After all, Google owns YouTube. So YouTube is like a space, it can accommodate everybody, it can accommodate each and everyone. So do not be scared that YouTube is oversaturated. Also, do not be scared of if you are going to fail or not. The best thing is to start. The worst thing is not to start. So that is just the point. You just have to start. Worst case scenario, if you start and at some point you found out that YouTube is not your thing, then you could abandon it. But what if at the end of the day it becomes successful? So the next tip on how to start a successful YouTube channel is to prepare yourself for nothing. Do not look at the numbers. YouTube is not a fast money making machine, or it's not a Ponzi scheme. YouTube is all about consistency and patience. Your first video might suck, your first video might be horrible, your first video might be something that if you put so much interest on, you might delete it and abandon the ambition of starting a YouTube channel. So you just have to be patient. You just have to be patient enough with yourself. Your first video might have zero view, zero subscribers, zero comments. Every other person at some point started with something like that. So do not be discouraged. Do not look at the numbers. Your videos starting on YouTube from the very scratch might not just hit the YouTube algorithm. It might take your first video or your first 10 videos, for some people first 20 videos or so. But once you are consistent in the game, once you're patient in the game, one step at a time, definitely success will definitely come your way. What all you need to do is to apply these tips. All you need to do is keep creating valuable content. One day, just about one day, your video will go viral and the YouTube algorithm will favor you, will smile at you, will become your friend. So what I'm saying is just that don't expect to just come on YouTube, your first video, and you're hitting it hard and all that. It doesn't happen like that. It's no miracle, it's no magic. There are some people that their first two videos will hit it. There are some people that their first five, some people first 10, some people first 20. Everybody is not the same, but the thing that's the same with everybody is just that at the end of the day, you will attain success. So you just have to be patient with yourself. The next tip you need to know on how to start up a successful YouTube channel is to be yourself. You don't want to start looking like somebody, you don't want to start talking like somebody or acting like somebody. Because by and large, what your audience need from you is your authentic self. You have to bring your personality to the fore. For you to create any sort of bond with your audience whatsoever, it simply means you have to be your own person. Having a mentor, it is all right. You could learn their techniques, you could learn from them and all that, then apply it to your own channel in a way. But to copy them verbatim, then it is not right whatsoever. Because in a long run, your true personality will come out and you will burn out. And you might actually lose subscribers and watch time and views. Because definitely you will bond with your audience based on your personality. So what I want you to do is to bring your own personality to the fore. Bring yourself, speak like you. You don't want to start speaking like Chamberlain. You don't want to start speaking like Mr. Beast. You don't want to start speaking like Kelly Stamps. All these people. You don't want to compare yourself with them. These people have actually been on YouTube for a pretty long time, some 4 years, some 5 years. They've mastered the art and science of YouTube. So you don't want to look, you can look up to them, but you don't want to copy them. So you just have to be yourself. Bring your personality to the fore. You being yourself will actually create a successful path for you. Because the next tip on how to start up a successful YouTube channel is to create value-based content. People would subscribe to your channel, people would watch your videos, people will comment if only you give them some level of value. If you're putting out videos out there that don't have any value whatsoever, then I don't think you would possibly accuse anyone of not subscribing to your channel or not watching your channel. One of the reasons why people come on YouTube, people go through Google each and every time is to search for solutions to their problem, is to search for answers to their questions, and to search for a whole lot that will better their life, to search for values. So the best thing you could do to yourself is to put out valuable content. You could actually put out trendy topics which are actually okay. That one could solve momentary problems, but the best content you could put out there that could give you value even in the next 10, 20, 30 years are what we call evergreen content. Evergreen content are content that will never die. Let's say you're talking about fitness. You're talking on how to cut down on fat. Let's say you're talking about how to create money, how to tips on how to save money. These are evergreen topics that people will keep searching. Even the ones which are yet to be born will keep searching till the very end. So make sure you are giving people value. The last tip on how to start up a successful YouTube channel is to get yourself equipped with tools. The first tool you have to get yourself equipped with is your channel name. Your channel name could come from anything you wish it to be. Let's say my channel name now is Gordon Patrick. You would want your channel name to be something else. You could want your channel name to be Grow with Gordon Patrick. You could want your channel name to be Level Up with Gordon Patrick. One of all those things. But I would advise you that whatever channel name you're getting, make sure that it's a channel name that is across all your social media platforms. The same thing as Facebook, the same thing as Instagram, your Twitter, and all that. This will create an opportunity for you because YouTube is all about branding. Let's say a brand wants to search for you, they could search for you in all other platforms. People will recognize you through a particular name across other platforms. So the other thing you have to have again is your banner. YouTube has a banner, so you have to create your banner in a more appealing way. Your banner has to have your channel name, your the content you intend to be creating, and the frequency, whether you want to post once a week or twice a week. The other thing you want to be talking about is to learn how to edit. As a new YouTuber, you might not have the resources to hire somebody who will be editing your videos for you. So it simply means you have to do them yourself. I could comfortably say up to 50% of YouTubers edit edit videos by themselves. So you don't have to go splashing money and all that. Maybe when your channel has actually grown to a particular height, then you could invest in somebody editing your video for you. But at this point, learn how to edit. There are lots of editing apps out there. There are Firmego, there's InShot, there's Adobe, there are a whole lot. So just lay your hand on one of them, then you could start editing. Like they say, consistency increases dexterity. So with time, you will master the art and science of editing. So for now, you have to do your videos yourself. You have to create on a budget. The another thing again is lighting. Now, this lighting now comes in different ways. You could go for natural lighting, you could go for buying a LED light. So, like I said earlier, if you're a new YouTuber, you might not have money to invest in these gears. Just maybe you could go with natural lighting. Just make sure that your camera or your phone is standing at the back of your source of lights. With that, your video could come out almost as perfect as you would want it to be. Like my video, what I use is natural lighting. I don't use any lit light. I don't use anything whatsoever. So that is just it. Then for your music, you have to source your music through platforms that could give you music that are free of copyright. You don't want strikes on your channel because YouTube can easily spot out a video or a music, sorry, which has copyright on it, and you could receive strikes on your channel, and you could be refused to be paid or to be monetized if you have these copyright strikes on your channel. So do well for yourself to avoid all these things. Then on how you place your phone so that you don't see your phone will not shake here and there and all that, you could invest in a tripod. But investing in a tripod simply means you have the money. But if you don't have the money, you could just stack up books, then place your phone on top of it. These are the ways. Then for background setting, your background could look normal. You could just stay in a wall that has a white background or so, or a blind that has white or something. Just normal background. With time, you can actually invest in a whole lot. All these things actually comes with time. Therefore, for filming your video, you have the professional camera and you actually film with your phone as well. I'm having a video that will be coming up in a few weeks' time. I'll be talking about how to film a complete YouTube video with your phone. So just watch out. What I'm saying in essence that if you don't have money, then don't invest in professional cameras. With time, you will do that. So that is just it. So we've come to the end of this video, of this particular video on how to start up a successful YouTube channel. I hope it was insightful for you. I hope it was helpful. If it was helpful, then please leave a comment down the comment section below. And if you're a new YouTuber, you're looking for ways to start and you feel like these tips are not enough, then you could leave a comment down below and I'm going to give you a reply. So until then, have a wonderful week ahead. Have a splendid time at work and I wish you all the best. Peace.